Ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine, and it's been a long time, for close for 4 months. I've not been able to come on here with my daily topics and issues analysis, but I'm happy that finally I'm back. And now from today and forth, we'll be getting um, topics on gender security and women analyzed by me via this YouTube channel. So today I'm going to talk about the cases of conflict and commotion between the police and the public. So recently we have had cases of police brutality and conflict with the public. Yes, we continue to condemn police brutality. However, we also have cases of police facing brutality from the public. We have cases whereby the public has attacked police officers. However, these cases are less spoken of and they are less documented. Many times the cases that come into the public and the cases that gains momentum are the cases where police have unleashed violence to the public. But cases where the police have received violence from the public rarely are received with the same energy and momentum compared to where the police are alone. Look, for example, in 2012, we lost 40 police officers in Isuguta, Baringo County. We also lost 24 police officers in Kabedo in 2014 to the hands of the bandits and cattle rustlers. However, when there was an operation for disarmament and the tracing of the cattle rustlers in the region, so many people, including the human rights activists and the political elite, came out to condemn the act of disarmament in the regions, stating that the police were unleashing violence and were brutal with the local. The question is, what about the 24 or what about the 40 police officers who lost their lives in line of duty to the bandits who come from the same regions that the human rights activists and the political elite stood to defend? In 2020, we had a case of a police officer being beaten by the public in Kibokoni, Mombasa County, and left to death. The same here. We've had boda riders in April stoning 2 police officers in Malindi in allegations of police corruption. The same here. A Form 3 student in Kisumu County attacked a police officer several times and the man ended up being hospitalized. The 2020 again, December, we experienced a video that went viral online and in all social media platforms, where 3 police officers were wrestling with one member of the public. However, much of the attention went to the way the police reacted than looking at the genesis of the story and examining the reaction of both the police officer in question and the man in question. Nobody paid attention to the rudeness and the strong language with which the member of the public was giving or was reacting to the police. So such are the cases, and I've only highlighted few because majorly these cases, even they lack in the media and in the internet. I don't know why they are never recorded so that we can have a reference. But these are some of the few cases that I was able to highlight. And the question is, why are we always quick to charge the police officers whenever there's a problem between the police officers and the public? Why do we hate the police officers so much? Remember, these are men and women who have sacrificed their lives, went through a very hard training process, not only to provide security to you as a person, but also to safeguard the territories of our country. Many times we have rude and violent public members. We have criminal people within the public who target the police officers for guns and uniforms. So anytime a member of the public reacts rudely to police arrest or to police questioning, a police officer is a human being. He cannot sit there and imagine that you are not going to do something harmful to them, because they know that they are the custodians of the apparatus of violence and security in this country. Many times they are targeted so that the criminals can get uniforms and the weapons that they use in targeting. So anytime we react with violence or with force to police arrest or to police operations, we're just inciting or alerting them of a possible or of an impending danger in their line of duty. I get always concerned. We have IPOA. IPOA is the Police Oversight Authority that is supposed to investigate cases where police have unleashed violence or the police have acted in a brutal way to the public. However, we do not have a body that deals with the public when they assault the police officers. The question that comes in is police officers' human rights not human rights in this country? Because before they become police officers, they are citizens of this country, they are human beings, and they are supposed to be subjected to the same pill of human rights that the rest of humanity or the rest of the citizenry in the country are subjected to. Unfortunately, many times we rejoice when the police officers are being assaulted. We rejoice when police officer vehicles have gotten accidents. We rejoice when we see police officers being imprisoned, remanded, or even demoted, or even fired because of a conflict between them and the public. But we do not rejoice when police officers react with the same violence and force to the public. We come out and we shout. We come out condemn the police. We come out telling the world how the police are the worst and the devil people that ever existed on earth. Section 103A of the National Police Service Act number 11 of 2011 states that assault of police is a crime and it attracts a penalty of up to 1 million Kenya shillings or 10,000 euros or dollars and 10 years imprisonment all both. But the question is, how many members of the public have been investigated, charged and imprisoned or fined for assaulting the police compared to the number of police officers who have been demoted, who have been imprisoned, or who have been killed by the public because they have it has been said that they have unleashed violence or they have acted in a way that is brutal to the common citizens. So when we look at how the police who receive assault from the public are treated and how the public that receives assault from the police are treated, we find that we treat these two categories of crime differently. We tend to look more on how the police treated the public and not how the public treated the police. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the genesis of the mistrust between the police and the members of the public, not only Kenya, but elsewhere in the continent. Because a police officer comes to arrest you, you resist the arrest. First, you are in the wrong. Secondly, you resist the arrest. You raise alarm, you call members of the public who gang together to beat this police officer. So the next time this police officer is going to face the same, is not going to sit down, relax, and enjoy perhaps the beating from the public. He is going to react because they learn through experience. They learn through the experiences their friends have gone through. At the same time, when a police officer comes with the force to arrest the members of the public also don't want to face the brutality from the police. They also want to gang up and defend themselves. So you find that both the public and the police officers, in their line of their actions, they act in defend. and in defense. And by the end of the day, you realize that we have anarchy. We have a chaotic situation that now is going to exist between the public and the police officers. And the end product of this is lack of security, lack of the right protocol in dealing with crime and maintenance of law, and lack of mistrust between the police, lack of trust between the police and the public, thus making law enforcement a very difficult exercise in the country. What are we supposed to do to ensure that we reclaim and we restore the lost trust between the public and the police? We have to take responsibility, both the police and us as the citizens of this country. As citizens, we need to abide by the set rules and regulations of the country. It is our duty, it's our responsibility that we have to abide by the rules of the country. If you have been told to observe certain traffic rules, you are supposed to observe them. You don't need to see a police officer for you to reduce your speed. You do not need to see a police officer for you to stop overlapping. You do not need to see a police officer for you to wear a face mask, for example. You do not need a police officer around you for you to stop stealing. It is supposed to be a responsibility that I am a Kenyan citizen, or I am a citizen in a country, and you are supposed to abide by the rules and regulations of the country. On the other side, as police officers, you have been trained and you have been given the weapons and the apparatus of violence to this country. What you have is a symbol of security and a symbol of power. And therefore, when you come to face citizens in exercising your duties and maintenance of law and order, come with humility, come with a procedure, introduce yourself, show us your work IDs, and tell the member of the public why are you arresting them, such that you don't cause commotion. Arrest does not always need to be necessarily a forceful exercise where you are going to fight, where you want to shout to each other, because by the end of the day, everybody is innocent until proven guilty by the court of law. So it is a call from me as we start this new year. My dear brothers and sisters outside there, let's all abide by the rules and regulations of this country. And to my brothers and sisters in the force, we also pray that whenever you are exercising your duties and maintaining law and order in the country, kindly do it without force. Otherwise, peace. Thank you so much.